Let's talk about our last story that we're focusing on here at the top of the show today. Twitter CEO Elon Musk confirming in a tweet last night that he will in fact abide by the results of his poll over the weekend and step down as head of Twitter. He added this will only happen once he finds the right successor. Okay, yeah.
Congrats, Brad. Looking forward to following your tenureship at Twitter.
I mean, you know, this...
A lot of big changes that got planned.
This stuff, as I said yesterday, he has made clear pretty much from the beginning that he did not want to run the business permanently. Mm-hmm. That said, he said even when he finds somebody to run it, he'll still be in charge of the sort of software and server operations. So that's going on. Clearly, there's been the problem of alienating advertisers. That's not something he does well. I think it's pretty clear. So maybe he's been looking for somebody to do that. And some of the folks that he has been turning to for advice on Twitter have been sort of lobbying for the job. Jason Calacanis is one of them. David Sachs, who was at PayPal, is one of them.
I do think Joe Lonsdale worked with Elon, I believe, back at PayPal. He was floated. I reached out to him this morning. He did not get back to me for comment on whether Elon floated that job by him. But look, clearly it's going to be an Elon supporter that's taking this job. And then even so, they're still going to have to deal with Elon. The view that he's going to just focus on software and various updates is absurd.
Well, it comes at a time where the board of directors over at Tesla is also under fire because at a time where the stock is hitting some of the 52-week lows that we've been seeing, the Tesla shareholders are upset. And they're now going directly to the board of directors, some of the shareholders that actually hold the most shares in Tesla to be able to have that kind of say. But even more of the pressure on the board of directors to make a change over at Tesla. But then at the same time, you've got some of the different analyst notes that are starting to pour in, too. There was one from Evercore Tuesday, Mizuho. They're
starting to revolt.
Yeah.
The street's trying to revolt against Tesla. That stock down 8% yesterday, up a little here in the pre-market. But the analysts are starting to pile on.
Well, and it's not just the analysts, it's what's actually happening at Tesla. There's a new report this morning from Electric that there is a new hiring freeze at the company. Now, the company had initiated a hiring freeze earlier in the year, then started hiring people again. So this would be a new freeze. And Electric is also saying that on top of the freeze, Tesla said teams will be expected to make layoffs during the first quarter of 2023. Now, Musk was out on Twitter yesterday saying, you know, this is sort of economics 101 or 101. He made some sort of
blame shifting,
skeptical comment in response to a comment from Ross Gerber, who was on our air earlier this week, that, interest rates are... He basically blamed the Fed, is the bottom line here. He said it's the Fed's fault. They're raising rates. They shouldn't be raising rates. Clearly, two things in response to that. One, whether they should be or they shouldn't be, they are, and that's the reality he has to deal with. And secondly, there are obviously other factors in play. You can't just blame the Fed. Right. The economy is slowing. There's more competition within the electric vehicle space. The business in China is troubled. That's the reality of things on the ground, and he's spending a lot of time on Twitter.
Am I allowed to like that tweet? I don't know. It's just funny. I like that one. Everything he posts, I mean, a lot of it is absurd, but I don't know.
Well, but it's
go get your textbook.
It's dunking when you're running a big company that a lot of people are invested in, and you seem to be treating it as a joke.
But yeah, the dunking is really just him continuing to clout chase, whether you're going to, some high profile event and trying to get on stage with Dave Chappelle, or whether you're trying to dunk on one of the analysts out there that covers your company. It still shows that the priority is not in turning things around, even at Twitter, or making sure that your priority is just giving that fiduciary responsibility to the shareholders who have demanded it over at Tesla.
The other thing, there was a quote, I think it was in one of the Bloomberg stories about this morning, that said he has turned the service from a reflection of the news of the day into the main topic. I don't want to be talking about Twitter. I want to use Twitter as a service for which it's intended. Mm-hmm. It's just changed the whole discourse.
We're stuck with the guy. Even when he eventually even unloaded in a decade, his name is forever going to be tied to Twitter. Yeah. He's going to be involved in it in some way. It just is.
It's true.
It just is.
That's fact.